Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this file and they want the wrenches separated from the outline of the skull, and they did a good job. They sent me two little blue lines to show me kind of what they want to do. And there's probably a couple of ways to do this. I'm a little bit confused. Well, one, there's a little bitty cut right there. I'm a little confused because they're all hairlines, and I don't know if he's going to cut it out. And because if you cut that out and that out, you're going to have a ring. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set my nudge factor on 4 inches. I'm going to grab the entire wrench. I'm going to nudge it out of the way. And I'm going to nudge them both, all of them the same direction. So I'm only getting the wrench. So now what I'm going to do is take away the hairline that's around this. Now, this little piece right here is going to cause a little bit of a problem. Well, we'll just do it. A little bit of problem with the contour. So what we have to do to contour something like this, if we look at it right now and we go to effects and contour, it's grayed out because it's, and we could do it, but I think it's better to do this and do a boundary around it. And you're going to get some inside junk, but that's pretty good. But now you can see that the contour tool is not grayed out. So now we're going to contour it just a little bit. And we're going to go to arrange and break the contour apart. And we're going to try to grab that outer piece. And it's going to have some inner stuff. So we're going to go to arrange and break the curve apart. Now I'm going to just swipe through the middle and get rid of that inner trash. So there is our contour around, and you can change the thickness. But see, that little bitty part kind of gave us a bad spot. But you could fix that like that. You know, there's like triple nodes. I would delete those. But I could have removed that and contoured it and then played with my line, but it worked pretty well. So now what we have is an outline around the skull. And if I understand him correctly, he wants to cut the wrenches out separately and I guess put them in there. So we're gonna just do this wrench. And you can see it's grayed out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nudge these parts of the wrench over. And now it's not grayed out. So I'm going to contour that. It's a little bit, I'd almost clean up your wrench first a little bit because you're going to have some pretty rough spots, but it's okay. You go up to arrange and break the contour apart. Then grab the inner wrench and let's move it up and take the outer wrench, and move it over. Now we've got a double lines there, but that's very easily fixed. So what we want to do is just zoom in and I'm going to grab the virtual segment delete key and I'm going to delete that extra line. Somehow, I don't know what that is. Somehow that little line, either I moved it a little bit, and see those two lines are so close. I'm trying to just get the red one because the other one is the original. So there I've got it done. So I've still got a contour. And now what I would do is I'm going to set your smart fill on RGB and set it on blue. And then I'm going to smart fill that wrench and I'm going to move it out of the way. Now I can delete all this because that wrench now, if I left click, right click and move it down, you still got the cut out of the wrench and you still got the holes, but the wrench itself is not contained by that other hairline. Let's do one more because this one might be a little bit more of a problem because it's a not as good a wrench on this one, but it can be done. What I'm going to have to do, because this one's different, I want to make a boundary. What the boundary to me does is kind of makes and there's my finished one, finished product. where you could contour it, and it kind of puts it together. So now I'm going to contour that same amount. I'm going to go up to Object, break the contour apart, and just get the outer one. Now we've lost that, part of the wrench that's broken. But if you're going to cut this out, you wouldn't want that anyway. So now I'm going to nudge that up, and I'm going to nudge up these little, and I wish I wouldn't have gone 4 inches, but that's fine. I'm going to grab these and put them up. Now, when we smart fill this, well, we don't want to smart fill it yet. I want to move it over that 4 inches and down that 4 inches. So with that double line, and at this time you could actually, you could move that wrench out a little bit, but just be careful. Don't change your plan. You don't have to do that, but it'll be a lot easier to delete that line. Now, if we take the Smart Fill tool, fill that in, we get the wrench, and then we take this and delete it. Then we take this and we left click, right click, and that gives us an outline of the other wrench. So like before, these two lines are going to be cut. And I don't understand the reasoning behind this, but he might tell me when I email him back. And like these are really, well, they're connected, so it'll work. I'm hoping that's what he was asking. I would, every time you have a little spike, your contour is going to double that spike. So you could actually take that spike and delete it. Don't hit the calculator tool. And then if you wanted to, you could take the smoothing tool. And with that line selected, you could smooth it a little bit. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. And thank you for watching.